Hello, welcome back. This video is going to be about sell similar and why I do this at least a couple times a week. And I was doing it just minutes ago. I was like, well, good video idea. If I kind of explain to you on why I do this and why I think it at least helps. And if you're not going to do much of any listing on any given day, at least sit down and do some sell similars. And this is just kind of a walkthrough on the way on how I do it and some reasoning behind it. So first, anything is what I'm going for is a 3 count views over the 30 days. So these are all 30-day view. Over the 30 days, with it being at least 3 months. There should be one in here. It's already marked. Either way. So anything that is 3 months or older and has at least 3 views, I will click on the view count. If it's 3 to 4 months, I'll automatically just click on it. And most of the time, I just automatically click on this to check it, to bring it down, to reprice it, to post it, right? So that one's not going to come down. So anything that's 2 months to 3 months old that has a 2 count, especially now, since a lot of what I want to toward the end of the year, or actually throughout the year, is selling. I do a big sale. My sale bracket, as I've shown in a different video, starts at 39% off, and it goes all the way down, and I can even have brackets down to 9% off. But at the 39% off at the end of the year, the last 2 weeks, give or take some change, I will bump the sale up to 49%, which is essentially 10% off more. Here's the example, 10% off more than what it was the price presented. So if this comes up by 10% more, it'll now be 18 and 76, whatever the amount is. So it's only about 10% off, but that's a bigger chunk. eBay recognizes that all of my inventory is substantially priced lower. And or just other viewers and buyers will notice it like, oh, yep, okay, I'll take that. And they'll buy it for whichever reason. But sales go drastically up. The amount of income, dollar amount, that may as well. So the point of what I'm doing here, so that's why I do those, the sales at the end of the year and around the July 4th are usually like a week, 10 days, the last Friday, however I want to plan it out. But no more than 2 weeks is the same thing. So twice a year, about 6 months span between them, I do sales where the prices of things come down by quite a bit. December also is I want to just have things at a more cheerful, jollyful, seasonal price to where there's more chance for it. A lot of sales can be going on. My December sales are down by a tad, but so I want to generate a little extra activity on eBay. Now, I had already done daily listings today of new listings of things that I purchased yesterday. So now, since it's Sunday, it's calm, I got much more to do. My day is pretty much done. It's going to be dark in 20, 25 minutes. I'm going to be like, well, let's start pulling some of these down. And so anything that's 2 months or older and has at least 2 views, I'm even going against my typical grain of 333. But if this has enough viewers, yeah, I'm just going to go down to 3, maybe even 4. Nah, let's not do 3. Go down to 4, which is, I guess, I don't know. That's just what I'm going to pick. We're going to go with 4. If it has 4 views over this time frame that it's been up, it's going to get clicked to come down, and I'm going to drop the price by about 5%. I already have 5 that are taken down that from the oldest listings I have that are over a year to now, there were already 4 or 5 that I already had taken down, and that's when it just kind of dawned on me for the video. So some of this may get mundane, and I don't think I can talk over all of this. So if I change it up to 3, that way I don't have to click every 2 and waste a lot of time. So the point is going to be, I'm going to have 20 to 25. Another point, let me back this up. So I started this video off with an idea that if you're not going to be doing much of anything within a day, or no eBay listings, or you don't have much, or you're just sitting around wanting to, start a pot, drink a pot of coffee. And if you're, whatever you're going to do within a cup of coffee, you could probably at least look at your 10 oldest things that has a good amount of views that you would consider to take it down, to reprice it, and even more especially in the holiday season, when you might want that thing that's been around for a while longer, that you've had listed for $80, and you're like, you know what? It's been around for 10 months. It has 10 views. How about if I take it down, reprice it, just so it's a big bulky item out of the way, and you could sell it around the holiday time, and you'd have that extra money for a holiday. That's kind of the point of this video, but this is why I do the sell similars regardless. I don't rely solely on sell similars. There are days when that's all I will do is just pull like 20 down of the from oldest listings to no more than 2 months. That's 2 months, 10 days, to where I get to 20, 25 listings that I've taken down. And even if it's like the number turned out to be 15, I'll go for my highest priced items first. And I will look at some. I'm going for 3, right? I'm going to probably fall short on this entire one. So this is going to be a cut video, and I'm going to get back and we'll pick up from where this left off. And welcome back. So that's going to be the continuation, hopefully the proper ending to the first part of the video. Well, this video is to make the whole ending. So the point of me doing takedowns of items that have views, mainly at least 3 to 4 views. This one here was a higher priced item. I clicked it, it had like 6 views over the span of months that it was listed, or less than 2 months that it was listed. It was like, well, more than, so it was like 2 months and 3 days, whatever it was. But I try to do that with higher count ones, or ones that are a little higher value. If it has 3 views or 4, my own judgment why I take them down. But if I'm not doing new purchased, thrifted item, new listings for a day, and that could be anywhere to where I could do 1 batch of 25, 1 batch of 50, 2 batches of 25, a variation of 30 and 60. It varies on a daily. The days that I am not, I will do sell similars. And even days when I only put up 25 new listings, I will still do sell similars, especially now at this buying season, when it's more important to regain even recently lost attention to an item. So what I mean by regain recently lost. So if you have an item that was listed for 2 months, just over 2 months, 2 months and 2 days. Say, I want to say it was this one. It was 2 months and 2 days. Totally, it had 4 views. So that means prior to the 30 days, whenever this view marker here was 0 or 1, or larger than that, at least 3, would have been within 30 days. So gained enough traction over 30 days, enough interest, and it is a election item, so that would make some sense. It's still collectible. I bought these 2. I bought a blue one and this red one. The blue one sold last year. I don't remember when. It was a while. If this picture has a date stamp, it will at least tell me. But the point of doing this is when I'm repricing, and I'll do this for a couple, and that's pretty much where the video is going to end. And then when I get done repricing, I get my sale tiers that I have wrote down, the amount, and I type that in. That was what my previous video covered. And these items, these listings, will then, according to how they're priced, they will be put in the certain sale brackets. And then I will wait for all those sales to kick in on all of the items that I just listed. And when all of the items are showing they're on sale, I do the mass select, whatever it's going to be. I think it's going to be 30 or 28. Mass select all 28, hit add best offer, and I add the best offer, and then wait and sit. And yes, this is a nice sealed copy, and it has a watermark somewhere. It should. I think I can barely see it. Promo screener. I don't know if it has watermark. It may in the picture. It's a high enough, rare enough cassette to where somebody wanted to look at it. They would look at it and see the watermark. But that is, yeah, Tonya Harding, the skater from the Olympics, that time frame. Somebody in a knee. That's what I remember. Breakaway. So this is a specific that eBay offered that they'll automatically fill in. I probably had it in here in all caps because I put my listings in all caps. It's just what I do. Argue the point, do it all caps, don't do it all caps, only capital first letter, and acronyms and all of that. I just use all caps. I very rarely use any special characters like commas, colons, semicolons, commas, exclamation marks. I keep as much of that out, or what we're just called grammatical symbols. So I keep most of that out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop the price by about $5. Now, this is still a rarer VHS. It has enough views over the time span of at least 2 months is how far I went back to take these ones down. This one may even been in the beginning, first half of the video of me taking it down. So it garners enough for me to take it down to where it has enough views to where I'm like, all I got to do is just bring it down a little and I'm just trying to garner interest. So 5% of 15 would be 7.5. So if I just go 5.32, so that's only $5. I still want to stay a little more tighter on the amount because I don't think anybody else has this listed as sealed. And if they do, I just keep bringing my price down. And that's the way I've done it over 13 years, over 20 years of reselling. You just gradually bring the price down. And different people bring prices down differently. They may do a bulk edit and still keep the items listed. And I figure if you're going to take that much time and energy and maybe put in another 20% of more energy or whatever in order to do some of these relistings, now you could 2 for 1 over the same time frame, if not just a little more. Because if you're doing that work and it sells similar, gives it a whole new number, puts it in a different part of the algorithm, that's going to potentially drive the extra traffic, as opposing to just doing a mass edit on the edit page or a mass takedown and relist, which works differently. Now you could do these as sell similar as well, but I like to go in. So you could do a mass takedown, have all of these, and I'll show that here when I drop this down. So this is what I've had for a while. I'm going to go more because it's a hard item. It's not media. And it's something I want to just move. So this is going to come down more, 10% even more. And if I get $40 for something I've had for 2 years or a year or however long I've had it, better yet. So this next one here, I'm going to show you about what I mean by like the mass edit for a sell similar. So is what you can do, you click all these and you would hit sell similar, and you can go in and it's going to bring all these up pretty much just like this screen right here. I don't want to do it right now because then it's going to turn them all on address if I go back, and I don't want to bother with that. I'll just delete. Anyhow, I'm not going to do it. You can experiment with it. And then you go in and you adjust, right? The point of why I go individually is because I can edit the little things. I could see, like I'm reading the title each time I go to hit sell similar. And I make it short just on a quick glance. That was a little risque. It's really not, but there's that. And that's a screener. It's an interesting movie. And find screeners for your consideration. There's all kinds of collector VHS. And Desire Singer Tweed. Singer. That is, I can see it up here. Okay, last name is what I'm posting up there. Promo screener. So all that, the specs are put in. It has enough views to where I don't have to really worry too much. So we can go with $4 will be 89.98. I would go 9.7. I just like 8.998. Or actually, we'll make it even here for everybody. There we go. So then whatever sale price that ends up at,